watching HW News. This is me, Anusha. Over the last few days, more than thousands of students of the Chartered Accountants course are staging protest against the Institute of Chartered Accountants, and the protest is raging across all the branches. These protesters demand reform of how the institute evaluates their exam papers. Now, students are alleging that all their efforts and years of preparation have gone in vain because of the faulty system of this institution. So how did the matter come to light? Let me first break you down for this. Reason for the protest. The demand for reform was first being raised back in December 2018, but it was just last week that it had gained fresh momentum after the students found that some of the correct answers were not awarded any marks, and in some cases the total marks in answer sheet differed of those on mark sheets. Now this gradually spread through social media too, when a CA educator named Neeraj Arora released a video asking the ICAI, the institution, to reform the marking system of that the deserving students get their due. However, on the other hand, ICAI had clarified that the majority of these are fake and the majority are not answer sheets of this year. Protesters' demand. So the protesting students have sought an amendment to regulations of 39(4) of the Chartered Accountants Act of 1949. The protesters want a complete subjective re-evaluation of the paper set. So to simplify that, this means that the students seek for an answer-by-answer re-evaluation of their papers. Students have also sought a centralized system of evaluation to eliminate any individual differentiation in marking by the various examiners. The Congress leader Rahul Gandhi too had supported the protest by the CA students. Taking to Twitter, he said that over 12 lakh students were fighting for their right for re-evaluation. He further added in his tweet that reports of errors were widespread and therefore the demand was justified. He even prompted political parties to support the demonstrating students. Now, the new changes. Well, this matter has now surely taken to social media by storm. Every day, angry CA students are staging protests outside their branch, waiting for the authorities to answer. However, on September 21st, ICAI had announced a series of reforms. Number 1, digital evaluation. All the exam papers dated from November 2019 to May 2020 will be put through a digital evaluation mode to avoid physical handling of answer books. That would also avoid variation in marks awarded by examiners, eliminating the scope of any totaling errors. Central evaluation. The central evaluation will be carried out in several papers of the CA examinations from now onwards. Machine-based evaluation. Effective May of 2019 exams, objective type questions for 30 marks have been introduced in select papers by both the intermediate as well as the final exams, and further the institute has also decided to introduce OMR based evaluation for their MCQs, which are a machine processed, thus avoiding any kind of subjectivity. Now, stepwise marking. This was one of the most thing that the students wanted. The provision regarding stepwise marking is being enforced, whereby in case the stepwise marks are not awarded, it will be deemed as an unevaluated answer and stepwise marks will be awarded during the course of re-verification of marks as well. And finally, mandatory online test for empanelment of examiners. It further been decided that all existing examiners would also be required to undergo an online test in their respective subjects once in 3 years. However, the protest did not stop here. The agitating students say that these measures will bring little or no relief to students who failed because of lapse of evaluation. Students continue their protest, demanding answers from ICAI branch offices across the country. The Chartered Accountants are a valuable part of our country's financial system, but if authorities continue to do so, the future looks really gloomy for all of us. And for more news updates, log on to www.hwnews.in.